So you take the time, you take the effort to go try to learn something. But this is the KBreeze and these are the type of educated conversations we like to have. We also like to act a fool. But the act a fool gang ain't here. So we're going to be educated today. We're going to learn something today. And we are out. 12:36. What was the first one? The second one, excuse me.
12:36. This was the second one.
Oh, that was the second one? Okay, cool. That's good. Yeah, probably.
So now you're at, let's just say you're at
15 minutes? 16 minutes?
Almost 15 minutes.
Almost 15 minutes? Okay. Mm-hmm. That's wonderful. And that actually is really good. I actually thought it would be worse than that. I think the biggest thing is, since I had a toothache today, I kind of wanted to come in here and make sure I could still knock everything out. It just so happened that did nobody pop up today, so it actually worked. It actually worked out because I'm kind of in a really, really chill mood due to the fact that I don't know, I'm not popping like that. I didn't rest that well last night, I also tried to watch the game. My tooth was hurting. He's got a lot going on. We just moved, so physically I'm drained. So it's been a lot, but it's awesome. Being here is fun. When this is your job, you just take it to work. Like when this is your job, it's completely different. And speaking of that, shout out to Mana Healthcare Institute. Shout out to Pro Style Barbershop. Shout out to Goombay, like she said. Shout out to Mike Camille. Shout out to everybody that's just rocking with us. Shout out to our new show that's coming out. Okay. I will announce it next week on our show. It's something completely different from what I do. I've really, really tried to express to people early that we are in no box. Nothing that we do is one single solitary thing. I act a fool. We wild out on here, or we don't, like today. But we are in no solitary box. The new show that we kind of got coming out is really exciting. Awesome. Females are gonna love it. Yay. They're gonna love it. It definitely goes kind of hand in hand with what you guys deal with on a daily basis, from a woman's perspective. So I feel like you guys are gonna really enjoy that. But without further ado, we're gonna get back on the radio. Hey. And get to it.
In 5, 4, 3, 2.
This is the KBreeze and we are finalizing this last segment of the show. Man, it has been a long week. It's been a long week.
Thank God it's Friday.
And you know what? That's why I do the show on Friday. Because this is just the day to push it out. Just go ahead, knock it out today, and you don't have to worry about it no more. If you just knock it out today, if you go hard today, you work hard today, you ain't got to worry about nothing for the rest of the week. Think about it. Today, if you're listening to the show, it's Thursday. That means tomorrow, if you just finish the day, when 5 o'clock hits, I've been on the radio for a little minute now, so if this is Thursday, that means it's like 3:15 right now, something like that. If it's like 3:15 right now, you about to go home. You got 15 more minutes. Or if you off, you're at home right now, you kicking it. Like this is the best. Thursday and Friday are the best 2 days out of the week. Why? Because they bring the weekend. The anticipation of coming into the weekend make these two the best 2 days. And Friday is the best because Friday is like half the day is the weekend. At a certain
so technically we're in the weekend, right?
Technically we already partying.
Hey!
You know what I'm saying? We already turned it. Yeah. Technically we already in the building. So you gotta love Fridays. Appreciate Fridays.
Hey, Friday appreciation.
Yeah. Another thing with budgets, budgets. When you set a budget with somebody else, if you set the budget, set it for how you want it. Because if you say something to please the other person, now you have set the budget in a place that you don't want the budget. I've dealt with this, where I set the budget for a price to kind of like make my wife happy, but then when it's time to actually go buy stuff, I'm like, nah, I don't want to do that. Yeah, that costs too much. It's like, nah, I don't want nothing to do with that. That's way too much money. But I do it all the time because I have anxiety with letting go of money. Like I like to hold on to my money. It's the problem for me. But you definitely should set up budgets to fit yourself.
And don't live outside your means.
Don't live outside your means. Yeah, know yourself. I think my biggest problem is I like to eat. That's my problem. When I get away from the house sometimes, and because I'm away from the house a lot, sometimes I get myself caught up in a situation where I haven't completely like had the meal that I should have that day and all that stuff, and I'm not eating properly, and it's time to eat, and I am on the other side of town. I'm going to get something to eat. You hungry now?
Yeah. Yes, I skipped lunch, and so I think I may do Vietnamese. There's this Vietnamese restaurant across the street.
Vietnamese. You know what?
And it's really good.
Is it?
It's not like the Chinese rat, cat, and that, but
rat, cat, and that.
Yeah, it's fresher. You know, more veggies. You
Mm-hmm.
know, things that are identifiable. That type of thing.
You know what? When you said rat, cat, and that, I was like, that sounds like a California phrase. But now that I'm thinking about California, what do you think about LeVar Ball?
Not sure.
Have you really had the opportunity to like really look into him?
Yeah, exactly. So,
well,
I'll tell you.
Me and my wife were talking about it the other day, and she said she just recently watched a little show they came out with. I don't remember what network it's on. Forgive me, but she said she just watched the show and that she actually liked the show a lot. And what's funny is, me and her were talking, and we were saying that on the show, the boys say that like everything that they do, everything that their father does is strategic. He has a purpose behind everything that he does, even though everybody feels like he's a bully and everything. I thought about it for a second that there are plenty of people in the entertainment industry that understand that like what they do is simply entertainment.
Right.
It's simply entertainment, and they understand they don't live this lifestyle outside of them doing it at that moment behind that camera, behind that mic. Well, in front of that camera, in front of that mic, excuse me. I truly believe that this man is finessing the game. He's well, he kind of brings a different approach. Nobody has seen like the wild and as they tried to label him, or how he's been deemed portrayed. The angry black father, you know, he just seriously, he just goes out here and yells about stuff, talks about how he could beat Michael Jordan 101 and how he could beat Magic Johnson 101 back in his prime and all this other kind of stuff. But like he really does bring a lot of attention to himself and his family. But I once read a book called The 48 Laws of Power, and it did say that negative publicity is just as good as bad publicity. At least they're talking. At least you're on someone's mind. And it allowed his son to be the number 2 draft pick, to go to the exact team that they wanted to. And what most people don't know is LeVar Ball's wife, if I'm not mistaken, she had a stroke. And I believe it was very, very recently. So like I mean, that kind of works out that your son is going to stay in the same city. Your oldest son is going to the first professional team. Will they all end up going there? Probably not. But the very, very first one went there. So that kind of sets up things for her to be more comfortable. It's not a lot of traveling and things of that nature. and you don't really see a lot of her. You know what I mean? And I think that's on purpose. I think this man may be smarter than what everybody's giving him credit for. He might actually be a lot smarter than what people give him credit for. But there's no real way to know.
Did everything?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
A lot more things would make sense, because why would a man with if you look at LeVar Ball, he doesn't have the credentials of a man that should be ignorant, or as if he doesn't know what's going on around him. So I think he's fully aware. I think he's finessing it. He's doing what other fathers in other races have done for years, which is do what is best for his family. I feel like he's setting them up so that they can so that they can be successful. He has one son that's already in the NBA. He's doing something right. He has another son that's going to UCLA. He's doing something right. He has and he has another son that is essentially looking at possibly going to UCLA right now. He's probably one of the top prospects in the country coming out of high school.
Awesome.
So he's done something right. But like, for example, just recently he just pulled the youngest son out of school and said he's going to homeschool him. A lot of people were saying he's tripping, but if he in fact homeschooled his son, and he also gets him a trainer, this boy could be NBA ready next year, playing in college, because he has to spend a year out of the league, either playing in college or playing in the European League or playing in China. He doesn't. I feel like these boys have been set up to do well. You may not necessarily like the father, but that's neither here nor there. He said he did what he was supposed to do. Black father came through and set up his children the way they were supposed to be set up, and I think it's beautiful, but I also think that fireworks are beautiful. But if you shoot fireworks at somebody, they will burn them. So, with that said, I don't know. Maybe he is a detriment. I don't know. He can't be more detrimental than some of the other things that are going on. So as long as he putting on his kids, can you really be mad at him? Like, he's taking care of his family. But that is it for the Kool Breeze In. I had fun with you guys, but as for the radio, we are off today. Come and join us next week at 3 o'clock to 3:30 on the Kool Breeze In, and we are out. Now, oh yeah.